Hey guys, welcome to the review show. My name's Austin. Welcome back to our X-Men series. Yes, I'm still doing this, kind of. I've been a little bit lazy with this. I know, and I am trying to stay on point with this. So we're still doing some catching up here to do. So I'm gonna try to get all three of these reviews out. Well, I guess the next two out in this month. So this video we're going to be talking about X-Men First Class, which is a really great film. So I can't wait to talk about it. And next one will be X-Men Days of Future Past, another great film, and X Wolverine. So be expecting those reviews out this month. And this one right now. And so yeah, X-Men First Class. This film is like really good. And it all comes down to the casting and the story. Like James McAvoy as Professor X, playing this like not like the Professor X that we know. Like he is like this somewhat cocky type of Professor X. Like he is using his powers and at like this bar and somewhat hitting on this girl. Like it's a completely different Professor X than we know, and next we see him grow into the Professor X that we do know, and it's really cool to see that character development. And next the backstory with Mystique, with Jennifer Lawrence, perfect casting by the way for Mystique. I really like this, and it was towards the end it really did set up a lot of like, okay, this could be a cool story to do with her as the cool badass villain. And next we saw how everything else turned out after this film. Had Nicholas Hoult as like Beast. Gosh, I like Nicholas Hoult a lot. He played the role pretty well. And there's an interesting story between him and Mystique about like one, Mystique really likes her powers and like thinks that we should be shown as who we are. Next you have Nicholas Hoult trying to not be who he is, like like trying to hide in the shadows and like trying to make himself perfect. And towards the end, he because throughout the film he's trying to make this serum. The serum doesn't really work in the way that he thinks it should work, but it does work. And it's like, no, this is who you are, and be proud of it. It's a very interesting story, and I like that story a lot. And it grows Beast into a better character than before. I gotta say this is like Michael Fassbender as Magneto is my favorite. Honestly, he's probably my favorite cast member besides Hugh Jackman, of course. But like he just plays. Why am I forgetting his name? I literally just said it. Aaron Magneto perfectly. Like he just brings this presence on screen of freaking being a badass. Like I just like this dude is a great actor. I'm sort of shocked that he has not won any awards. I mean, he probably has won awards. Shocked that this dude has not won an Oscar. I don't know if he's been nominated ever, but I'm shocked that this dude hasn't won an Oscar. And maybe he has, and people are like, oh no, actually he has. I haven't heard of it, so let me know. But I'm pretty sure he hasn't won one. But he deserves one from multiple performances. Even if the movie sucks and it's completely boring, he's always the best part. But I also really like his storyline in this film a lot. They really take Magneto's storyline and flesh it out. They even take they actually go back and remake some scenes that we saw in flashbacks in the original trilogy, and like we see extended scenes from that point on where dealing with his mother, and it's the villain of the film, Kevin Bacon, who is a pretty good villain. I like him as a villain. Doesn't really do much, but he's there. He's cool. He's awesome. And it's a really dark story. You see Magneto's turn. Like you see him that he's not always evil. Like he has a good side of him, but then he's like towards the end, it's like, I always agreed with you, Kevin Bacon. I can't remember Kevin Bacon's character, but I always agreed with you, but you killed my mom, and he that's the reason why he could never join his side. And even though that they really have a clear eye of how they see the world. This is a fucking awesome movie. Like, it really focuses on the characters more than what the original. That's the biggest positive over the original trilogy, is that you understand each character pretty well, and it focuses on the students a lot, like because the majority of the cast are students, and like it feels like an X-Men film. It doesn't. It's like the previous, like the original trilogy. It's more like Wolverine's film, more or less. Yeah, He's our main guy. But like at least in this one, like everyone feels like a main character, even though Michael Fassbender, James McAvoy, and Jennifer Lawrence are technically our main characters in the film. But you really get a good understanding of everyone and actually understand what their point of views towards the end of the film. It's if you haven't watched X-Men in the First Class in a long time, I recommend checking it out. I'm gonna give X-Men First Class an A plus. I think that Matthew Vaughn did a great job. Unlike Argyle, which was a complete freaking mess and a very confusing story, and that was just dumb. This was actually fun and interesting with an awesome story. Great job. I honestly can't really think of a problem with this film. Maybe there's some school training moments, I guess, but honestly, I can just forget about those and just move on because it's cool to see them train to use their powers. That's another thing I guess I forgot to mention is that you really do see them train a lot in this film and becoming the better characters. And not just like I've always been a badass without training, and I'm talking to you, Rey Skywalker. Mm, yeah, but yeah. So go check it out if you haven't watched it in a while. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Like always, I'll see you guys next review. Bye, guys.